out till it gets too high. Everybody sing, hey, yo. Tell 'em turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and a courtesy call.
Arm yourselves, America. It is Defenders Live. Dylan Lyles and Steven Airey. Welcome
Woo.
to the show, guys.
You sound so excited.
I do, man. I am pumped. I am pumped. I got a full belly and a cup of American Pride Roasters coffee. I'm ready to go.
You mean the official coffee
The
of Mojo
official-
50?
The official coffee. And ironically enough, I'm drinking the Mojo blend.
So am I.
It is so good.
So smooth.
Check it out. You guys don't even know what you're missing. If you're not on this train, you need to get on it now. Oh, before we get started, Nostalgia Wild Rice. Have you tried it before, Steven?
Yes.
We should. You have. It's good.
I have.
It's good.
Yeah.
Cabin fever is set in at the Nostalgia and pretty much around the rest of the country. Like we got rain. There was actually a bit of snow drop in. I've seen a couple flakes float around in our area. I know that there's some up north that's a little bit more weatherish.
Yeah, there's one area that's dropped over 32 feet of snow.
Yeah, this is why I live in the South.
Yep, pretty much.
But cabin fever has set in, and more snow and cold is in the forecast for at least a teensy bit longer. So how do you combat that? By getting you some nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
Use the promo code SPRING10 at mojowildrice.com.
Ooh.
Because why not? It's a good deal. Don't forget the promo code SPRING10 to save. And think spring. Because Jay and Lori need something to do to keep them from going crazy. So they're going to give you $10 or 10% off of the entire website until spring arrives. Now this is the time to try their wild rice products, pepper jams, beer jellies, whipped honey, and all the other awesome products. Wild rice is the United States' only native grain. It is gluten, sodium, fat, and cholesterol-free, high in protein, zinc, potassium, and trace minerals. One serving meets your daily whole grain needs. If diabetes is a problem for you, wild rice is the diabetic-friendly food. Again, that is mojowildrice.com. Promo code SPRING10 for 10% off the entire website. Get there today.
Because it's awesome. Go try it out.
It is awesome.
By the way,
Welcome to
guys,
the show, guys.
Yeah, by the way, just wanted to let you know,
By the
you
way.
can check us out. If you'd like to talk to us over on the Twitters, at DOA Show, at Steven Airey, and at Dylan Lyles. Use the hashtag What I Learned Today. We are on the MeWe's in the MeWe chat room. Of course, they're talking about shirts. And
I
apparently
wonder why they would be talking about shirts.
and shotgun weddings, because some people got some shirts today, some Jackhole Nation shirts, some Mojo 50 shirts, and other such things. So they're very happy.
Where can other people get said Jackhole Nation apparel and maybe some, Defenders apparel? Or Mojo
I'm
apparel, or-
so glad you asked. You know, mean like the Eagle logo shirt that I have on right now? You can go to doashow.com, go to the shop over on doashow.com. You can check out the Mojo. You can check out all the stuff that we have for the DOA show, including the Jackhole Nation.
That's a big hit.
Yep. It's a T-shirt. It's a mug. It's a bra.
It is a bra. Oddly enough, that has been rather popular too.
It actually has.
It's not as popular as I thought it was going to be. But
Apparently, Dylan, you need to try Doc Thompson's Bacon Blast blend.
I actually, I was just telling Steven, I put my order in last week for more, and that was on the list.
See, there you go. He already knew what he needed to have. By the way, China is in the news. China.
We're going to China.
China is in the news.
It's so wonderful.
It is
China.
terrible.
China bans $23 million from buying travel tickets as part of a social credit system. That wasn't too bad. Not great. I'm not good at Trump, but that was pretty good, I guess. I'm not winning any awards here.
No awards for imitations for you. None, sir. See, China has blocked millions of discredited travelers from buying plane tickets and train tickets as part of this country's controversial social credit system aimed at improving the behavior of their citizens and also controlling them.
According to National Public Credit Information Center, Chinese courts banned would-be travelers from buying flights 17.5 million times by the end of 2018. Citizens placed on blacklists for social credit offenses were prevented from buying train tickets about 5.5 million times. The report released last week said, quote, once discredited, limited everywhere, end quote. That is insane. That is insane.
I know. I was looking at this the other day, and I mean, this came out over the weekend, basically.
Yeah.
And
the social credit system aims to incentivize, quote, trustworthy behavior through penalties as well as rewards. According to a government document about the system dating back from 2014, the aim is to allow, quote, to allow the trustworthy to roam wherever under heaven while making it hard for the discredited to take a single step, end quote.
That sounds amazing. See,
Doesn't it?
Social credit offenses range from not paying your taxes or fines, spreading false information, or taking drugs. More minor violations include using expired tickets, smoking on a train, and not walking your dog on a leash.
Oh, this is insane. And this is coming here, by the way. Y'all.
Oh, this is soon
get
enough.
ready.
Man, soon enough. This is going to hit America in about 10 years. 10 years.
If not sooner. If AOC's gets her way.
I was about to say, this is going to hit America sooner than AOC's Green New Deal.
Oh, way to go. Local governments and agencies have been piloting aspects of the system which will eventually give every Chinese citizen a personalized score.
Ooh.
Critics said authorities in China were using technology and big data to create an Orwellian state of mass surveillance and control. It does kind of remind you of that book, 1984. Just a teensy-weensy little bit.
Just a tiny little bit.
Just a tiny little bit. Authorities have previously used blacklists to limit the travel of some citizens, but the social credit system appears to have expanded the practice.
Yeah.
China's Supreme Court said in 2017 that 6.15 million citizens have been barred from taking flights because of social credit scores. This is insane. I can't. It's hard for us to, especially here in America, to fathom the idea that someone is not going to let you go from one spot to another simply because you didn't say the right thing or use the proper pronoun to that particular individual or whatever. And because that's what this is, folks. This is not like, well, they're drug dealers or they're, this, that. Like he said, this is for stuff like not walking the dog on a leash.
Yeah, exactly.
This is
officials now believe the system is working, though.
Oh, good. Well,
yeah. They're saying that it's working. You see, the report says that 3.5 million people or companies have paid their taxes or their debts that they've owed because of the social credit system.
Oh, my goodness. A video of a train passenger who refuses to give up a seat to another passenger went viral last year, sparking a debate over whether the current system of banning such travelers was harsh enough.
No, it's never.
It was
never
and
harsh
did you get it? It wasn't that it was too harsh. Is it harsh enough? Like what do they come back and go? Well, no, we just have to shoot them on sight.
That's all it is. It's gonna have to they're just gonna have to be dead.
It is so crazy.
Yeah, and that's just what it is. I mean, you can't fight it in China.
No, they're so used to being walked on and oppressed that. Yes, sir. Lockstep, goose step the whole way in. And
Well, I mean, if you're not with the party, you're against the party. And if you're against the party in China, you're dead.
You won't be part of China.
you're dead. So, I mean, that's how they work. And by the way, if you don't like this sort of situation, if you are a little bit queasy about this whole idea, why don't you go today and, stretch your Second Amendment rights? And go to traguns.com. traguns.com, that's Tar River Arms. They are America's first virtual gun store. They're making it easier and more comfortable than ever to purchase your firearms online. They have amazing deals. I'm about to be buying some guns from them over this next couple months. They've got weekly specials. They eliminate the shipping and brokerage fees for your order when you pick up and everything else. They've got great guns at great prices and great service. They're veteran-owned, veteran-run. You can take care of yourself today, or you can put it on layaway or consignment options, which are available online. TRAguns.com. TRAguns.com. Tell them Steven over Mojo sent you.
Yeah, buddy. Go over there. I love
It's so good. I
love that place. It's so good. Okay. I feel like we need to we might need to change the name of the show.
Why?
I don't know. Or give this own this individual apparently is going to need to have her own segment. We're going to have to come up with a jingle.
I mean, we have a jingle.
No, we have a sounder. I'm talking about
oh, like an intro?
Yeah,
She's
like an
gonna have to have
actual
her own
intro. You know, like Brad used to do the Bitcoin update and all that jazz.
Oh yeah.
Very similar to that. We're going to have to come up with something like that. But our favorite darling of the political world. My brain was saying much other worse things, and I'm like, oh, this is
I'm sure
a family show.
Sort of.
But our darling of the political world, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Her chief of staff illegally moved $885,000 in campaign contributions off the books. An FEC complaint alleges. This is from Fox, which, it's Fox.
Side note. Kevin over on Facebook, can you still see the hairs on the guns? No, they've cleaned them.
Yeah, fingerprints might be there, but the hairs are still there.
No. They've cleaned off the hairs. The hairs are
there.
gone. They've cleaned those off. It's just fine. Anyway, New York Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Saikat Chakrabarti.
Oh, hashtag nailed it like a native.
I know,
hashtag
right?
Like
a native. It's good times. The Progressive Firebrand's multimillionaire chief of staff apparently violated campaign finance laws by funneling nearly $1 million in contributions from political action committees. Chakrabarti established a private company that he also controlled. If he established it, obviously he controls it. According to the explosive complaint filed Monday with the Federal Elections Committee and obtained by Fox News.
The Fox News. Amid the allegations, a former FEC commissioner late Monday suggested in an interview with the Daily Caller News Foundation that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and her team could separately be facing major fines and potentially even jail time if they were knowingly and willfully violating the law by hiding their control of the Justice Democrats Political Action Committee, also known as a PAC. Such an arrangement could have allowed Ocasio-Cortez's campaign to receive donations in excess. Let me say it right, not access. Excess.
In excess
as homeschooling of the normal limit by pooling contributions to both the PAC and the campaign itself.
Isn't In Excess a band?
Yeah. Well, you can't call them a band. They were a group, I believe.
They were a group of musical peoples.
They were.
Weren't they mainly dancers?
They were.
They mainly just danced to high-powered music.
They weren't very good at it either.
No, the FEC complaint asserts that Chakrabarti established two PACs, the brand new Congress PAC and the Justice Democrat PAC. Wait, Justice Democrat PAC? The Justice Democrat PAC is the same PAC that also backed, what's her face? Rashida Tlaib.
What?
I know.
I have to work on my shock face.
Your shock face?
I have to work on it.
And then systematically transferred more than $885,000 of contributions received by both of those PACs to his brand new to the brand new Campaign LLC and the brand new Congress LLC, companies that, unlike PACs, are exempt from reporting all of their significant expenditures. The PAC claims the payments were strategic consultation. I need the rainbow effect, like over top.
Now you know, like the now you know.
Now you know.
Yeah.
Strategic. I can't even say strategic consultations. And then it's like the lowered expectations from what was that show? Oh my gosh. It was the offbeat.
What was that show?
It was the offbeat version of Saturday Night Live.
Mad TV.
Mad TV, yes.
That's it.
Lowered expectations except for strategic consultations. That's what it is.
Yes,
that's it.
Although large financial transfers from PACs to LLCs are not necessarily improper, the complaint argues that the goal of, quote, extensive, quote, scheme was seemingly to illegally dodge detailed legal reporting requirements of the FEC Act of 1971, which are designed to track campaign expenditures. Quote, it appears strategic consulting, end quote, is a mischaracterization of a wide range of activities that should have been reported individually, the complaint states. So basically, they've played the system.
They played the system really well, except for they got caught. They got caught playing the system. And here's the problem. This is her third FEC complaint in 2 weeks.
Now,
and all of them are about financial issues. What was that guy's name that just he put too much money in a campaign and was thrown into jail on federal crimes for what, a year and a half?
I think it was closer to 3 years, but yeah, that would be Mr. Dinesh D'Souza.
Dinesh D'Souza, that's right. Dinesh D'Souza, who is undoubtedly Republican or conservative, as we would call him. He's a conservative. He's the only person ever to be brought on charges for this.
Oh, and by the way, it was not anywhere near the ballpark.
No, it was like $5,000.
Just shy of $1 million.
He he put $10,000 instead of $5,000.
Yeah.
He donated $10,000 instead of $5,000, and that got him thrown into jail for like 3 years, and now he has a federal crime on his record.
Yep. And here's the funny part: like, is anybody out there listening currently want to do an over under on if anything happens? Anybody?
I think
takers on the over under.
Okay. Hashtag AOC over under.
There you go.
AOC over under. Hashtag AOC over under. Let's get this going. I think we need to. Yes, this needs to happen. So hashtag.
It does. I need to see if the other Mojo guys will pass it around too and see what happens, because this is just ridiculous. Because we all know, like you said, Dinesh D'Souza did it, and he got caught and he spent at least a year in jail. And you're going to turn around and she's doing, like you said, this is the second one in a couple weeks, and nothing. It's going to be shriveled off, and nobody's going to pay any attention to it at all. And I think I speak for everyone. Just a little bit of consistency. Look,
there we go.
If we just want a little consistency, if our side gets in trouble for something, your side needs to get in trouble for it too. Otherwise, we just eliminate it altogether. It needs to. I truly believe more people would be get along and be happier. The world would be better if we could just get to that point, and we can't even get there. It's
true. Let me make a clarification, because this came up on the MeWe's. Rusty Lugnut's over there. Pretty sure the Dems aren't the only ones guilty of campaign finance manipulation. You are correct. They aren't. But they're the ones that usually get away with it the most.
Yep. And they're also the one who currently is in the news for the second time in a week. Or 2 weeks.
Third time
in 2 weeks. So just saying, I mean, I saw the conversation on Facebook. It wasn't about this, but they say that two wrongs don't make a right. But just saying, consistency.
2 rights don't make a left either.
No, but 3 rights do.
That's true. I guess that's why we have so many leftists on the Republican side.
Hey-o! That was really?
Yes, I didn't have it queued up.
Ready.
I didn't have it queued up. I didn't know I was going to make that joke.
All everyone hears is banging on the desk.
Yes, I didn't know I was going to make that joke. It was just this is just what it is. We're going to do this.
Why we need to up our tech game a little bit. Get an iPad so you can just go and hit the button right there and it'd be done.
I really don't want to plug in another computer or another outlet to this thing, because I've got so many things running on it already.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. I'll have to have it over here. We can discuss that later, but
you just need to
I'll
do
have
that.
it on my end, and I just bing.
Yeah, Dinesh got a pardon from Trump. That is true. Dinesh did get a pardon from Trump, but that's not the point.
That's not the
point. Is even though he got a pardon, it is still going to be on his record forever.
I'm going to take it back a step further. The point is he went to jail for it.
Yeah. That is the
air
truth.
Quotes,
he went to jail for something stupid.
Law. You know, they upheld the letter of the law, and he was, arrested and convicted, and he served time.
Mm-hmm.
Name the last person on the left that happened to.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I mean, and not that I usually play this game, but I mean,
sometimes you got to play the game.
Sometimes you do have to play the game.
Sometimes the game plays you.
That goes back to that story we had last night about the vegan lady.
Oh, yeah. She's not vegan, dude.
No, she's not vegan. That's right. I had to clarify that one.
The best part of waking up. If you missed yesterday's show, you really just need to go back and look at it. It's amazing. The last 20 minutes are just so bad.
So good. It's like a train wreck.
Yep. And you just want to keep watching.
You can't help it.
It's a train wreck.
You can't help it. But no, I just wish that there would be a little bit of consistency. That's all. If like I said, they upheld the letter of the law for Dinesh and they put him in jail. Nobody's going to do anything about any of this. You know, what about the and a lot of this is alleged, but there's still issues with the Clinton campaign. Or not the campaign, but the Clinton Foundation. Oh,
that's not alleged. Come on. They just say it's alleged because they don't want to actually try to prove it.
I'm playing their game and just saying alleged. The point is it's there. When is anybody from their organization of any kind, aside from getting, shooting themselves in the back and walking across the street to the park?
Sure.
And aside from that, who's, what happens to any of them? Nothing. And it just, I just want a little consistency. If you want to be a douche, be a douche. But let's be a douche all around and not just pick and choose, shall we?
And I mean, if you are going to be a douche, I mean, at least be Guy Ledouche. I had to put that in there because I know you get the reference.
I can't argue with that, actually. That's
at least be Guy Ledouche, because if you're going to be Guy Ledouche, then at least we can have a conversation about it. Just make sure you represent what you are.
Yeah, there's a...
Just make sure you do.
Oh.
That's just that's how we have to do this game. By the way, guys, this is how we roll. You know how Patriot Mobile rolls?
How do they roll? Steven, tell me how they roll.
They roll with a conservative crowd. That's how they roll.
Yeah, they do.
Patriot Mobile is your only conservative cell phone company. Everybody else out there, they are just plugging away, giving your money to all those liberal gun grabbers and abortionists and everything else. If you're fed up with those disgusting policies like the New York abortion law, Bloomberg gun control plan, the stalemate of the border policies, just make the switch. It's simple. Look, join thousands of American patriots using Patriot Mobile and get reliable nationwide coverage and watch your hard-earned dollars fight for the First and Second Amendments, border security, and the sanctity of life. Not only are they veteran-run, but they also give donations to some of the best conservative causes out there, places like the Heritage Foundation, the NRA, the Susan B. Anthony List, so much more. It's easy and it's quick to switch with their unlimited talk and text plans starting as low as $20 a month. If you need more motivation, mention Doc when you call them at 1-800-A-PATRIOT or visit them online at patriotmobile.com/doc, patriotmobile.com/doc, or 1-800-A-PATRIOT, mention Doc as the promo code.
Yay.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's going on the Facebooks and the Twitters and everything else?
That's what I'm looking through right now. Doc Thompson got run over by Amtrak at DOA show. You don't have to compare Dinesh D'Souza with Hillary Clinton. You can compare him to someone else in the acting movie field, Rosie O'Donnell. Her donations were much larger than that of Dinesh, and that is true, actually. That is very true.
Very true. You're getting a retweet on that.
Absolutely.
Thank you. That sound right there means that it is time for a commercial break, so we're going to take one. We'll be right back. over on the Facebook feed.
Yeah.
Nicole wants to know. Sorry, not Nikki. I know it's not Nikki. Nicole wants to know if you would show us your toys.
Oh my! Nicole? Were you watching last night? Did you even notice? I was a little upset. Like
yeah. I don't know if she noticed or not. I didn't catch her conversations, but she says, "Show us your toys, Dylan.
Show us our toys." It does sound creepy.
Show us your toys.
I love this little thing. So these are wooden cars. 2 cars, a teddy bear, and a dinosaur. And I have like 1 or 2 other little things I can't find.
It's a wooden bear.
We moved. My family and I moved to North Carolina back. It would be 30 years ago this past December. And we were, needless to say, not very wealthy. And so my dad made us these cars, me and my 3 brothers, for our first Christmas here. My mom made, like, she sewed a car and had sponge put into it, so that way it was like a washcloth kind of thing. And then she took some other fabric and stuffed it with some rice and made a reindeer. And so these are my cars.
Nice.
These are
That's
30-year-old cars.
That's cool.
Yeah. And eventually they're going off to my kids, and aside from being wood and obviously easy to break that way, they last forever, literally.
Yeah. So as long as they're careful with them and they don't smash them against brick.
You notice the dinosaur's seen better days. Look at his foot right there, and
that's not bad.
Tail.
No, he's fine. It got chewed off. That's all.
He got ran over. The cars ran over his feet and tail.
No. It was another dinosaur. Just
thank you for playing my game, Nicole. I love it. I appreciate it.
Coming back.
And welcome back, everybody. Defenders Live. Dylan Lyles and Steven Airey. Thank you for hanging out with us. Appreciate it so much. Make sure you go to DOAEshow.com for everything that is DOAE Show. Make sure you also go to Mojo 50 Radio.
Mojo50.com. It's just Mojo50.com. And also,
it is Mojo50.com.
If you're going to go to Mojo50.com, you might as well go to MojoCon.org.
Yes.
Why? Because that's going to happen the first week of May.
Yep, coming quickly.
Yes.
Get your tickets, get your rooms, get everything set up. It is going to be a blasty blast. Don't want to miss it.
Doc Thompson got run over by an Amtrak, is still waiting on an answer to this question at DOA Show. Steven, being a founder and a customer means that you eat your own?
So
right?
I feel like
you will continue to wait for an answer to that question.
Is this going to be? We need to make this. This needs to be. Maybe this will be the Defenders version of Numbers of Procrastination.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wait on that answer. I'll get back to you on that. I will get back to you on that.
I have to do that. And again, that is in relation to last night's show. If you missed it, go back. You missed. If you missed even a minute, you missed it all.
You missed a lot. If you missed that last segment, you missed a lot.
You missed a lot.
Let's just put it that way. It's.
So anyway, so we just got done talking about our favorite darling, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and her popularity is obviously with the whole green deal and everything's got to be green,
right?
Even though
the Green New
spent
Deal,
all that, even though she spent all that money on Ubers and
other cars, and she drives instead of taking the train and.
Yeah. So, but that's her shtick, and everyone has a shtick. Well, central Minnesota residents have learned the hard way that green energy isn't as reliable as people make it out to be.
Do you mean like for those people in the northern latitudes, or any region where there's snow,
pretty much,
and winter, and unreliable wind, that green energy may not be the most optimal choice?
I know, it's really hard to believe that, isn't it? Yes. Power lines, John Heindraker. recounted the experience of central Minnesotans over a 3-day period in late January. A polar vortex had kept temperatures below zero during the day and drove them to below 30 degrees at night. Yes. During that time, he said the residents in central Minnesota experienced natural gas burnout. Yep. Heindraker explains, quote, Xcel Energy advised customers to turn their thermostats down to 60 degrees and avoid using hot water.
Yes.
Xcel put up some customers in hotels. Well, why would you do that is the question at everyone's mind. Well, because the wind wasn't blowing.
Come on. I mean, it makes perfect sense.
Right? You would think so. Utilities pair natural gas plants with wind farms in order to burn gas, which can be ramped up and down more quickly than coal when the wind isn't blowing. Which raises the question, since natural gas is reliable, why do we need wind farms? The answer, we don't. When the wind isn't blowing, as it wasn't yesterday, natural gas supplies the electricity. It also heats homes.
Yes.
And with bitter cold temperatures and no wind, there wasn't enough natural gas to go around. The resulting burnout, as they call it, has been a political shock to Minnesota.
You mean brownout?
Brownout. I did.
It's a brownout.
It is brownout.
Mm-hmm.
How now, thou brown cow?
I don't know, but apparently that methane is getting away.
There it is. And she wants to go and, legislate against cow farts.
Sure.
When apparently they need all the methane they can possibly get.
Yes, Doc Thompson got run over by an Amtrak. Apparently says AOC is hotter than Al Gore. To which I replied, that's debatable. That's like comparing which horse is cuter.
Well, yeah, that's I could go further on that, but I got to keep it clean.
Let's keep it clean. All right. So fast forward to the current investigation of the Minnesota Public Utilities Commission. The principal problem, quote, given that Minnesota has invested massively into wind energy, was that the wind wasn't blowing. But there was another problem too. You see, a representative from Xcel told the commissioner that, quote, the company's solar panels only produce 8 to 10% of their potential output because of snow coverage.
Oh, this is magical. One of Heindraker's colleagues, Isaac Orr, which I find a little ironic, but anyway, explains, yet, quote, Xcel wants to build more solar because they get a guaranteed 7.5% profit on every dollar they spend on power plants, including solar panels.
Yes.
Whether they produce electricity or not.
Yeah, whether they can produce the power or not, they get a bump from the government.
Xcel Energy posted a profit of $1.1 billion with a B in 2017, and you're telling me they can't pay a high schooler to scrape off their solar panels for a little extra cash?
Yeah, no, they definitely could, but they won't because the high schooler wouldn't get out there in the first place.
Well, and here's the thing: is you can't pay a high schooler because you have to pay him at least a $15 an hour because God knows nobody will do it for minimum wage. Thus, Heinricher concludes that the reason why utilities lobby to be required to build wind and solar facilities is because any capital expenditure that goes into a utility's rate base provides a guaranteed return.
Yes.
Whether the expenditure makes any sense in terms of providing reliable energy, that's another matter altogether.
Yes.
Apparently, he was at CPAC last weekend. Oh, that was President Trump. Never mind.
Yeah, that was Trump talking about CPAC.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have that right, and then you have this. Doc Thompson got run over by an Amtrak. Nuclear is the most optimal choice. Studied and worked with it for in the Navy for 6 years. I know what I'm talking about. Yes, you do. Yeah. It is correct. You are correct. It is very reliable, easily done. Sets into place very quickly, and it's the safest overall for the environment. Yes. He also says that a wind farm the size of Connecticut will power New York City as long as the wind keeps blowing hard enough. You know what we might want to do? We might want to put all the politicians in front of those fans. Those blowhards will keep it going forever.
It'll keep it going forever. I'm with it too. I was in the Navy as well, and yes, that it was amazing that just how well it worked. It was, and I was attached to a diesel ship. So when I got a chance to go walk over and look at a nuclear, I was like, oh,
It's so
you know,
nice.
it was amazeballs.
Yeah.
Look,
over on Facebook though, just before we get into that, over on Facebook, you have Nicole. She said wind farms kill massive numbers of raptors. You and I would be put into jail for killing those beautiful birds, but wind farms get off scot-free. Now, here's what I've got to tell you.
Who's Scott?
Birds are not raptors. There is no trans-species genetic mutation. It hasn't happened. There are no missing links.
You shut your dirty mouth.
There are no missing links.
You don't know.
Raptors are raptors. Birds are birds.
How do you know? Did they say? Did they tell you? Did they allow you to
Scales
understand
can't
the pronouns?
grow into feathers. That's it. Scales can't grow into feathers.
Did they
Plus,
tell you?
birds have this crazy, horrid way of breathing that a raptor would never have had. And if it did have it, it would die before it actually got on anything. Plus, raptors also had dense bone structures. Birds do not. They are hollowed boned. Literally, like a bird to breathe, a bird actually has a singular airflow. Going scientific on you guys. Birds have singular airflow. The wind goes in their nostril, through their body, out the other end.
Nah. This has been Dino Talk with Steven Airey. Make sure to tune in tomorrow.
Make sure and tune in tomorrow.
Talk about Tyrannosaurus Rex and could he have possibly been an herbivore? Oh.
No, well, I actually.
No, look.
He could have eaten hard nuts.
Do you know what the actual? See what you did there. You know what the actual proper Green Deal, the best, most reliable is all of it. It's all of it.
Yeah.
Coal. Yes, they're like, oh, it pollutes the air. It creates, all this carbon monoxide. Or isn't that what plants eat?
Yeah, it is.
And then they eat the CO2 and then poop out the oxygen.
Yes.
And then we breathe in the oxygen
and breathe out
and it's a circle. It's a circle.
The circle.
Yeah, exactly. And if we have all of it, and then if you get into a situation like now, yes, okay, wind. It works out great if the wind is blowing, but when it stops, then you need a contingency for that. You have a contingency for a contingency, and you make it go in a circle. Then everything will work out like it should, and it's called, staging everything, hedging your bets. It's called, everything working together for the greater good. I know, bad words.
Yeah. Everything working together for the greater good. That's horrible, bad stuff. You should never do that. Never, ever, ever. Never do that.
Never, ever.
Never, ever. Never make things work for the greater good. You know what you should also never do? Go to catcoolers.com. Never go to catcoolers.com and get yourself an awesome cooler that keeps your ice frozen for 7 days. That's also completely customizable, made in America, wonderfully rugged, durable, and comes in a variety of colors.
It does.
Plus, never, ever use the promo code Steven to get a 10% off discount at catcoolers.com. Do not go to catcoolers.com and use the promo code Steven to get 10% off.
Look at
whatever you do. And also never get it customized with Mojo 50 logos, our Eagle logo, or the Principles Above Privilege line item across the front, back, and sides. Never do that. Don't. That's a horrible, no good, very bad thing. You would be shunned and looked down upon for the rest of your life. It also comes in black. Catcoolers.com. Catcoolers.com. Use the promo code Steve and get 10% off.
Whatever you do, don't do that.
Don't do it. It is not good. Hey, that Dan Crenshaw guy.
I like that Dan Crenshaw.
I've got something I need you guys to hear from that Dan Crenshaw guy. You want to hear it?
Yeah, I want to hear it. Play that good old stuff.
That Dan Crenshaw guy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you all for being here. I want to thank all our witnesses again.
There we go.
And I always want to remind everyone what we're really here talking about. We're talking about a difference in philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just tax rates.
Yeah.
It's a question of whether the government should be taking more of your money or whether you should keep more of your money. There's a difference in the role of government and what we believe. It seems to me that you all believe that the role of government is to tax the people as much as possible so that you and your benevolent fellow academics can dream up more programs for the government to spend money on. I don't believe that. I don't believe that's what the role of government is for. The role of government is to protect the God-given rights that we have and to ensure that we live as free as possible. The role of government is to tax people to the least extent possible while still taxing them enough to cover basic needs for government. And if we're questioning what those needs are, we can just look at our Constitution. They're generally pretty clear there. So that's what today's about. You said that these anecdotes are imaginative. It's literally not imagination to bring up anecdotes. It's literally not that. It's reality. So here's some reality from Texas. Direct results from the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. McDonald's increased educational opportunities by $150 million as a result of the tax cuts.
Mm-hmm.
$500 employee bonuses at Camp Construction Services. Reduced prices for customers at CenterPoint Energy. $500 employee bonuses at Group 1 Automotive. $1,600 employee bonuses at Cabot Oil and Gas. $2,000 employee bonuses at Waste and Management. $1,000 to $4,000 bonuses paid to employees at Insperity, totaling $17 million. Base wages raised to $15 an hour at Cadence Bancorp, along with an increased 401k contribution and employee stock purchase plan. Covestro had a choice between 3 new facilities, a $1.7 billion facility between Asia, Europe, and Houston. So they chose Houston, and they say it's directly because of the tax cuts. These are not imaginative anecdotes.
It is not imaginative anecdotes. It is truth. It is fact. That's amazing. By the way, that's the end of the audio. That's I know it cut off a little short there, but that's the end of the audio.
Cut off a little short. I love that guy. Like he's my hero.
He's so good at what he does.
So good. Well, because it's logic. It's common sense. It's the way the founders intended it to be.
Well, can I say, I want to say a few things. All right.
You can't.
The man is, he's a Navy SEAL.
Yeah, he is.
Obviously wounded in combat.
Why? What do you mean?
I mean, one eye.
Who says he has one eye?
He says he has one eye, and he's almost blind in the other.
Yeah, no, he's just exaggerating. He just wears that patch for intimidation.
Oh, because he's a pirate, right?
Yes. I would wear one if my wife would let me.
That's what SNL told us. Anyway. But he also, after he got done with his tour, he came back home, and then he went to Harvard.
See?
He went to Harvard after he went from the Navy SEALs to Harvard.
Well, not for nothing. If you can go through buds and be and be a SEAL, you can pretty much do anything after that.
Yeah,
however,
I'm sure.
I would ask, and I posed this question, if anybody wants to throw it out there, which do you think is more of a test?
Buds
training.
Buds training.
Harvard.
No.
Or he's Congress, right? I'm sorry,
yes,
I messed it up.
Yes,
he's Congress. Or Congress. So basically, DC. Which do you think is like a bigger test to him as a person overall?
Buds.
No.
Yeah.
No. Dear God, no.
Yeah.
No. People could do that in their sleep. No, I guarantee you he will tell you that's not the worst. That's not the worst. Because you're in as they say, you're in the swamp. Up there, Congress, you're dealing with a bunch of people.
So he constantly refers to that, right? The in the swamp thing.
Yeah.
And he's just like, you know what? Everybody behind the scenes is all get along, hunky dory. Nobody. This is all WWE. This is all fake.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, I'm absolutely sure. And that's what makes it worse.
Face. Yeah, I know.
That's what makes it even worse.
There are a few extremists, but other than those people,
that gets pretty clear. But I'm saying that's what makes it even worse, because then they're literally playing on our emotions to keep all of us in the dark.
Yes. because they don't want you to know or understand anything going on. And that's why I like this guy so much. Not only does he sit there and he goes through the process of what he's talking about, but he explains it in a way that no matter what, there is no way that you can misconstrue what he's talking about. You can't, it's not like it's a double entendre. It's not like he's talking out of both sides of his mouth. He is saying the exact thing that he needs to say in the exact way that he needs to say to make sure that even the dumbest among us understand him.
Well, yeah, and I mean, and that comes back from his military training, because we don't. And again, I didn't make it to Buds, but like I know what some of the. I had it in my contract. Screw you, people! I was supposed to go, and they wouldn't let me.
I heard it had something to do with your psych eval.
No, actually, you would think. No, it was no. It is easy. Like my ASVAB score was a point too low, even with the waiver, even though they already put it in my contract. So they gave me the bonus anyway, and wouldn't let me go on. Yeah, exactly. But anyway,
let you go.
But I mean, in the military, in the Navy, and everything, like you don't have time to go through these elaborate explanations and all of these little points. It's the shortest amount of time, the most direct, quickest information you could possibly get, because you need to get stuff moving. It has to stay rolling constantly. You have to keep moving.
Yes.
You don't have time to get bogged down with
crap,
tedious little details that don't mean anything to the situation.
Yes, that's true.
Quick, fast, and to the point.
There's also this whole idea of the team mentality. And Dan Foy over on Facebook says this, Dems don't understand words like truth, logic, and constitution. No, they understand it. See, that's the problem. They understand it. They just don't care. And it's not really Democrats. It's leftists. It's hardcore extreme leftists, especially the ones that you see on TV every day.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the people that don't care. They don't care. They don't want to care about that stuff. They have one thing that they care about, and that is their agenda. Once they get
their
that
agenda
pushed,
and their paycheck from our tax dollars. That's it.
Yes. Like
and
Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders and his hair or lack thereof.
I don't always comb my hair, but when I do, I use a balloon.
That's good. It was a good one.
You didn't know where that was going, did you?
No, I had a couple of ideas myself, and that one was.
Yeah, it was working. It worked, didn't it? Yeah.
I was gonna say a cat, but that was a balloon is a good one. Like.
Yes, Jeremy, I do have little girls, and yes, I did just sing Frozen. It's not my fault. At least I'm not like Dylan over here singing Baby Shark in my head all the time.
All the daggone time.
This
Holy smokes, man!
When we don't have the show on, he's just sitting over here. Doom, 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 doom.
I can't help it.
Shut up!
I can't help it. That damn shark.
Shut up! Your baby shark.
I got, in my defense, I have a 2-year-old, so
I don't care.
That's one of the few things that we get to listen to.
I don't care, and you know what else I don't? I don't care about that crap. I don't care about any of that mess. But you know what I do care about? My health.
What do you care about?
My health. I care about my health. And you know what you should care about? Your health. So
why don't you care about my health?
Well, I mean, it's your health. You should care about it. It's yours. It's personal responsibility there, Dylan.
Oh, this is true.
Yes, but what you can do, here's the thing. What you can do, you can go to therichsolution.com.
And what is at therichsolution.com?
Therichsolution.com is it's a site originally founded by the Riches. There, Gwen Rich is the first one, the founder, co-founder, health advocate, and founder of the Rich Solution. See, Brad.
It's almost like that was planned.
I know. Brad Staggs. He set up this challenge for everybody. It started on Monday, the 4th. It's called the Doc Thompson Health Challenge. And no, you don't have to run next to a train. You see,
thank God.
He created this to improve his health, and so that he could also do something that Doc would be proud of, and that he would have supported. You see, the challenge brings the Mojo 50 community together for a common cause to heal, survive, and thrive. It's a 90-day challenge. Make it to make your healthier lifestyle choices. Maybe you should go check it out. It's therichsolution.com. Therichsolution.com. They have 8 obstacles that way you can get to your optimal health. Your diet, your mental attitude, your exercise, sleep, stress, environmental toxins, community, and emotional health. Check it out at therichsolution.com. The Rich Solution.
Busy. Anyway. Oh,
I can't
so
deny.
that by having young children like we have on top of Baby Shark and Frozen,
Yeah.
something else that Steven and I know for a fact get wrapped up in is Dr. Seuss, Cat in the Hat. Actually, my 6-year-old repeatedly will read to himself, Are You My Mother?
See, my kids love the show, the TV show.
They haven't watched it.
The PBS TV shows like the Cat in the Hat.
I've heard of it. We've never gone that far. I'm like, here, we got like 900 books, read them.
It has 7,000 songs in it.
Oh, good Lord.
And everything is song and rhyming.
Oh, good.
And it goes through different stories, and it's, oh my gosh.
Well, bet you didn't know that Dr. Seuss is racist. And all of this digging and everything, yeah, he's racist. And it would fit, I guess, because us being, white, cisgender, toxic masculinity version
world
men, or heterosexual men.
Yeah.
Yeah, we fits right up our alley.
Of course.
Family, students, and teachers across the nation have long embraced the brilliance of Theodore Geisel. Geisel, I guess.
Otherwise known as Dr. Seuss.
Otherwise known as the Doctor, the Seuss. But the famous author and his iconic literature are problematic in the current year.
Of course.
This is right up there with To Kill a Mockingbird and Tom Sawyer and
Huckleberry Finn.
And all that jazz. Was it Laura Ingalls Wilder? And
yeah, all of that stuff. All the stuff that we were forced to read in school.
Yeah.
Now we can't.
Now our kids don't have
to.
I'm sorry, but I'm calling BS on that.
Right.
If I had to sit through that crap, my kids will too. Anyway, study published this month and authored by self-described critical race scholar activist.
Okay, stop. Self-described critical race scholar activist.
How do you take the time? Where do you come? Like, at what point did she go?
I
am a
critical race scholar activist.
Yeah. How do you come to that point and say, you know what, this is the title I want to go by, is a critical race scholar activist?
Right.
How did that happen? That's the only reason I want to ask her.
She's a moron. Anyway, continue on. We have 2 minutes.
Katie Ishikazuka.
Like a native. Ishizuka.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Katie of the Conscious Child Library and University of California PhD student Ramon Stevens.
Sure.
Yep. Dives into such allegedly problematic and racist facets of Dr. Seuss and his work.
See, here's what they said.
Aptly titled, "The Cat is Out of the Bag. Orientalism, Anti-Blackness, and White Supremacy of Dr. Seuss Children's Books," end quote.
See, Ishizuka and Stevens are condemned. Also condemned Seuss for their underrepresentation of minorities in his work. You see, quote, "White supremacy is seen through the centering of whiteness and white characters, who comprise 98%, 2195. That's 2,195 characters of all of the characters. Notably, every character of color is male. Males of color are only represented subservient, exotified, or dehumanized roles. They're not human in the first place, you moron. This also remains true in their relations of white characters. Most startling is the complete invisibility and absence of women and girls of color across Dr. Seuss's entire children's books collection.
The cat is black.
And white.
But predominantly black. Give me a break. Give me a break. This is
the Starbelly Sneeches. The Starbelly Sneeches. And their damned stomachs. You know, that entire book was about racism, guys, and how to come together. You guys get that, right? You know, things are only skin deep.
Apparently not.
I don't think so. Anyway, this has been the show tonight. It went a little long. I apologize. But, as always, it's all you.
Oh, it's on me. Good night, Doc Thompson. We know where you are.
Anyang now. You go home. Good night, everybody.
Night.